first of all, Grant, then, Richard Wood, how is he today?
Yeah, he's the cut's obviously it was a nasty one for him, but he's on the mend. He's fine. He's good. It's luckily for us, it's the concussion protocols are good. He's finding himself. It was a spare the moment decision we had to make. It wasn't a sort of way. We had no conversation with a physio or the doctor. It was, we felt it was head injury, so we made that concussion substitution. But I think he'll be fine. He's covered all the bases on the protocol, so he'll be good.
Right, good enough to play then?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. I mean, particularly after his performance and that of Alowu together the other day, is great news.
Yeah, it's important. We try and keep everybody fit as best we can till the end of the season, and obviously try and keep ourselves in good form. So, it's these things happen in football. You get knocks like this. Woody's had them all through his career, I'm sure, and it's just another scar to add to the collection when it eventually heals.
Just somewhat tongue-in-cheek, had Woody not been able to play, I was going to talk to you about McGrath and Westbrook coming back and Bailey in this equation. And I think it might have been the first time this season I personally would have been able to talk to you about options, because you've not really had them too much across the course of the piece.
No, we haven't, and it's been pleasing that we have, and everyone's chomping at the bit. The lads are working hard all the time to get themselves in a position where they can play and affect the team. The team's playing well at the minute, of course, and different games need different things. So, we always look at the opposition before we pick a team, regardless of the result. But the performances have been of a high standard, and the squad has been really healthy. Look, we still have 8 or 9, possibly 10 players missing, which is still a lot of players. But what the difference has been is that the players that we've had and played consistently for the last 12 games have stayed fit. So if you think back to the first half of the season, we'd have players fit for 2 or 3 games. They'd be missing, then 1 or 2 who were injured would come back, and that's what I'm talking about, the inconsistency. So yeah, as much as we want everybody back, we still have a few players out, but the ones who have been involved for the last 12 games or so have predominantly kept fit and strong and robust.
Just because I think they were spotted doing a bit of training at Crawley, where are Nixon and Watters in the sort of general picture?
Billy's had a bit of a virus, so he's missed a few days training this week. But he's back. He trained yesterday, so he's good. Tom Nixon's great, training well all the time. It's more just Jamie Sterry's in good form. We like to keep more attacking players on the bench. Nothing to do with Tom, because he's performing well in training. So, one minute Tom could be not on the bench, and then the next week he could be starting if anything happened to Jamie. So that's how quick it can happen. And that's the same with Jay McGrath and people like that, So it's nice to have those type of options.
Over the course of the past 2 or 3 weeks, there's been a happy sort of spate of new contract signings and players committing their future to Doncaster Rovers. Firstly, is there anything else like that on the horizon? Would you look to do any more business in that respect in the not too distant future?
Yeah, again, I had a positive meeting with Terry and Gavin yesterday, just talking about all sorts of different topics really, and trying to improve us for moving forward. And obviously one of the conversations was contract renewals, incomings for next season, things like this. So there's others that we'd like to keep, of course there is, and we're working hard to try and do that. So are we close? I think we could be close with 1 or 2. We'll see. We'll see when we get this sorted and announced. But we're working hard to try and keep 1 or 2 or possibly 3 more players.
Okay, because it's quite an interesting time, isn't it? Because players might think, well, I'll see what the market's like before committing.
That's the issue we'll have, and as a football club, we don't really want to be in that position. You know, the way I like to work and the way I've always worked is once we put an offer to a player, we put a deadline on it. So the deadline will be, look, are you signing or are you not? What we don't really want to do is this to drag any further than past the end of this season, because it can get a little bit messy. And I understand that people will have, you know, this in their head, that particularly players are in good form and they'll say, look, I'll wait because such and such may come in and give me this X, Y and Z, or a better club than Doncaster. I understand that. I've been in football long enough, completely understand it. But from our point of view, we can't be held like that. You know, we can't almost be used in a way for some agents to say, okay, well, Doncaster's offered this, can you better it? You know, that's not the way I like to work. And we want players, like I said, to be here and be part of the journey with us and enjoy their football, enjoy, you know, seeing this club rise, and that's exactly what we want to do. And we want people to be a part of it rather than sort of hold us to ransom, if that makes sense. And you know, we just want people to enjoy being here, enjoy the revolution of this football club, and let's make sure that we can you know, try and move forward as one. Tremendous meeting yesterday with Terry and the backing and the support that he's given us moving forward. Has been outstanding, and Terry, I know Terry wants to be in part of this, you know, of successful, you know, his chairmanship. He wants to be, you know, part of a successful team. So this is what we're all gearing up to, and we want our players to be doing that as well.
Moving on to Morecambe next. A chastening result earlier in the campaign. How much is this perhaps a chance to show the real Doncaster Rovers?
Yeah, I think the game at our place is going to be a completely different game to this one. And what I mean by that is both teams are very much changed in personnel since then. You know, just their front four is completely different to start with. Our team has changed a little bit. We've got players back and some new players coming in, and they're quite similar. So they've had a couple of really good results in their last two games. Looked strong in the games, scored early in the games. Looked like a team full of energy, and they work and they run for each other. So it's another tough game, a really tough game, and we know they're in and around that top end of the league. So they're pushing for that top seven. So it's another really tough game for us away from home. But I'm led to believe, you know, the Doncaster fans are coming to back us again. They're coming in their numbers and their support, and we want to make them happy. So hopefully we can get them another 3 points.
I can't help but notice that this game and Tuesday night, just in terms of reeling in those above you, are massive, aren't they? If you are to try and break that fairy tale run to the playoffs. We'll
just focus on Morecambe. I know it's a whole cliche, one game at a time, but it's so true. I don't think you can get too far ahead of yourself, and we'll put a plan in place. We'll have the last couple of days and today and leading into Morecambe as we travel up there to try and get another result and try and get another 3 points. You know, that's the way we'll approach it. The players are in good form and good spirits and good confidence, and let's see how we do.